just egged him on. Boy, he just kept going at it.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing to say.
That's the wrong thing to say.
They're talking in my ear and in over here, and I was like,
John, let us breathe.
And we are live from the Lobby Café in downtown Greenville, Texas. It is the Texan Theater, and it is Ctfm, Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and Me, brought to you each and every Wednesday morning by Hunt Regional Healthcare and your favorite.
you know that's my favorite, Discount Wheel and Tire with Valvoline Express. I don't change my own oil, and neither do you, so go on down and see Marcus.
Yes, Marcus, you know, he's got that Parker shaved ice. You know, you knew that. You didn't know that.
No, I didn't know
that.
that.
Oh, yeah, he's got Parker shaved ice. I tell you what, the man knows about his ice.
It's shaved ice season.
It's shaved ice season.
I've been waiting all year to wear this out.
I want to say a big old thank you to Barbara Horan for having us back in her house.
Yes.
You know, and it is so wonderful here at the Texan Lobby Cafe. You can come down, have some free coffee. It is free now, being as Vanita Kay says, you can have free coffee.
House blend on Friendly.
House blend
on,
yes,
on Wednesday and watch
and this
the show.
morning we do have an awesome show this morning, and we have a young man, I call him young man, sitting next to us that a lot of you know, a lot of you may not know, but he is our county judge, Judge Bobby Stovall. Good morning.
Good morning.
And so glad to have you here this morning. And at this time, folks, we do something on our show that I do on my radio show. We do it a lot. I do it all the time. And that is, we want to give thanks to the Creator for letting us be here today and to deliver the message that we're going to deliver to you. So, Judge Stovall has said that he would give the invocation. So at this time, would you take your bonnets off, your hats, your ball caps, and let's pray.
Our gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for all the many wonderful blessings you've given us. And Lord, we just ask you during these troubling times to give us strength and courage to continue our daily lives and try to get through this pandemic and other troubles in our country. And Lord, we just ask you to be with all our leaders, give them wisdom to make the right decisions. Lord, we ask you to be with our medical staff and first responders and our troops, wherever they are, and take care of them and guide them into doing the things that they need to be doing. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all stay tuned. Get you some coffee or tea.
I like tea.
You like tea. Yeah. And we're coming back with the judge because he's got a lot of information to tell you about right here on Ctfm.
We're hoping for some good news.
Oh, some good news. So we'll be back.
You have a heart for fun. You have a heart for friends, for finesse, for family. And when you need cardiac care, you want the best technology, but you also want people who have a heart for people. Hunt Regional Healthcare. People make the difference.
When it comes to high-quality service for cell phones and televisions, no one beats Crumpton TV. They have been serving Greenville and the surrounding area for over 57 years. For details about all services, call 903-455-2043 or visit CrumptonTV.com.
Also the official home of the Big Green Egg.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville. Do you need custom printing on caps, shirts, and other apparel? Come check out what we can do for your organization at East Texas Print Shop, 2218 Lee Street. Our top-of-the-line screen printing and embroidery machines can handle just about any job you can throw at us. T-shirts are great for special events. Sports teams always need custom uniforms. We can print them. Check out our custom apparel store or shop online at easttexasprintshop.com or just give us a call at 903-453-1581.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me, and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
And we are live from the Texan Lobby Cafe in downtown Greenville, Texas. It's Ctfm, Coffee, Tea, Friendly Me, brought to you each and every Wednesday morning by that wonderful organization, Hunt Regional Healthcare. And I know you don't change your oil.
No, I do not change my own oil, and you know you don't either. So get on down to Discount Wheel and Tire's Valvoline Express, because they take real good care of you.
And Discount Wheel and Tire, you know, service is the bottom line.
Yes.
At Discount Wheel and Tire. Folks, if you notice...
I feel like it's the bottom line at Hunt Regional also.
Well, yeah, it's the bottom line at Hunt Regional Service. But I do want to make a notice that our co-host this morning, one Miss Vanita K. Black, she is dressed up and ready for 4th of July.
Uniform.
She's ready for 4th of July.
Well, I got the news. I got the news that some things have been kind of slowed down and put to a halt. And I said, you know what? I've been waiting all year to wear this outfit.
Well,
so if you have a July 4th outfit,
wear it.
Put it on.
Put it on. Put it on.
She loves Jesus and America,
too. So. All right. And we have our county judge, Judge Bobby Stovall, that loves America.
Absolutely.
And he loves Greenville like we all do. But you have some information this morning that we're ready to hear about.
Well, I wish it was better news, but, you know, it's the pandemic is continuing, and all our cases, of course, across Texas and part of the country is spiking. A lot of explanations for it. Some of people say it's testing. Some people just saying it is what it is. You know, and the good news is, though, their deaths are going down. Even though we've had a few in the last couple of days.
Praise God on that one.
Our death percentages are going down. So, you know, they're attributing that to the so-called professionals that got it wrong most of the time. Say that it's either because we're doing more testing and getting early testing results, so they're treating people quicker, or they're getting better at treating people, got better techniques, better methods, or the virus is weakening, and it could be one or all three of those.
Let's hope the latter. Let's hope the latter.
You know, there's the professionals tell us it could be any of those three or a combination of all of those three. So, but the good news is our death totals are going down, and on a percentage basis. I believe that's across the whole United States. So that is good news. We're making some accomplishments in it.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, I think one of the misconceptions, I heard a lady in the store talking about it the other day, was she made the statement, if everybody would just would have stayed home, we would be over this. And I don't think that the goal was ever to be over this, because it is a virus, but to slow it down so that the hospitals could be prepared, so that the doctors could have more information. So I feel like that we knew that this was going to happen as we started to open up. And so
there was two goals to start with from the president down. One was to buy time, because at first nobody knew anything about it, didn't know how it was going to react in the public, didn't know how it was going to affect our bodies, didn't know how they were going to treat it.
Right.
And they weren't prepared with all the PPEs and all for the hospitals. Second goal was don't get our hospitals overrun.
Right.
So within that first 60 days, we pretty much had accomplished those two goals. We got all our medical providers with plenty of gear and personal protection equipment. As far as I know, all of the hospitals and medical providers are staying caught up with getting supplies, which is great news. And our hospitals, you know, even though they've gotten busier, they're still not to the point of even getting close to saying they're being overrun.
Right.
So, you know, as the country's opened back up and as we've opened back up, you know, we got to learn to live with it. And I hope people will continue to do things that started out with. You know, keep your distance, wash your hands, keep sanitized, wear a mask. I mean,
that's right. I
know there's a big debate with the mask. I get it. You know, but you know, even some of my own family tells me, you know, I'm not going to wear a mask. That's against my constitutional rights. And I go, well, where does your rights start and where do mine start? And I'm over 65, so I'm in a higher risk bracket. I'm good health, but I'm still in a high risk bracket. So I've got to stay away from everybody because they don't social distance and don't wear masks. So why is that fair to me when yet 30 years old can run around without mask and be, not very safe. And then I got to go to the same stores they're in, so I have to choose not to go to the stores. So I wish everybody would just reconsider it. Look at it to me. I had a good friend of ours, Jimmy Rogers, talked to him last night, and he relates it to smoking. He's a big smoker, but he's always been good about he'll go outside and smoke. He won't smoke around you. And there was a big debate with the smoke. It's kind of the same thing. We've stopped smoking in restaurants and bars and in public places. Similar debate. You're not stepping on anybody's rights. Just wear a mask. It doesn't hurt anybody.
And you got social distancing with smoking because you can't smoke within 15 feet of a
So I mean, it's very much a correlation to think about. If people would just think about it and be considerate of others, this is not a me thing. It's a we thing. We got to take care of each other.
See, I told you that it's not a me thing. It's a we thing.
It is. It's a we thing. We got to take care of each other. This country's always been good about taking care of its weakest and taking care of those that are in needs. And we have a part of our population that needs help. They need to be considered. Right. And I just hope everybody will put their mask on. Outside you're in pretty good shape, but keep social distance, wash your hands, and let's do good things, and let's slow this down.
Friendly has already broke his phone. He's so good with technology. Well,
it won't shut off.
The debate is a huge one, and it's dividing our country. It's dividing our communities. This morning on Facebook, of course, I saw a debate about it. Where do my rights end and yours begin?
That's right.
And so I think that if we just keep in mind, love your neighbor as yourself. And for me, like I have a mentor that's in her 90s, I'm being extra precautious. The Sahara dust has blown in. It affects those of us with asthma and things like that. But I'm going to take extra precaution right now and say, you know what, I'm not going to go visit. And whenever I go by, I'm going to stay at my car and say, hey, Miss Billy, I'm not coming in this week because the Sahara dust has blown in, and I want to make sure that is why I have a little something going on. So I'm trying to follow all of the parameters. I'm trying to stay away from everybody and make sure. And I think that as citizens, as good citizens, just be kind, right? Be kind and honor someone just like yourself, over a certain age, a higher bracket. So therefore, I'm not going to get up and give you a great big old hug.
I miss those days. I'm like everybody else.
Right. And hopefully we can return to that again.
I miss the handshakes and the hugs and all, but it's for a time period. We just gotta, we can't do those things.
Other than the COVID, there's some other things that's going on as far as our property, you might say.
Yeah, you do more than manage the COVID stress, right?
It doesn't seem like it some days. We're full-fledged in the budget process, as most of our entities are. Normally, we have our budget approved and tax rate set by August. This year, it's going to be September. Various reasons, mostly COVID-related, is going to delay the appraisal district in getting their numbers to us so we can set our rate. And we've already been advised that because they can't have an in-person protest and all, they're not going to get a certified roll. It'll be an estimated certified roll to us sometime in September. So that's a new little challenge and a twist to it this year. But I know from the county position, we've asked all our elected officials to sharpen their pencils, and we're going to keep the tax rate down as low as we can get it and control our spending as best we can. And
that's good.
And try to lower our rate.
I like those words.
We want, our goal is not to spend any more money than we did last year, and absolutely no more money than we have to give everybody a break. I know everybody's hurting, and we got to do our part, and so that's the theme at the courthouse. Let's do our part to help our taxpayers. So
there you go.
Well, and I'll just throw a little tidbit in. Speaking of the courthouse, or not the courthouse, but the part with Randy Weininger's, his part as far as all the line of cars that were that's gone away. Now you can walk up and do your business there at the window. But I think, Judge, that here in our community, we've been really blessed, if you will, for what's been happening in our community. We're not in chaos like a lot of other communities.
Thank goodness.
I'm down. I'm telling you.
Praise the Lord.
It's like Randy Tarver said, Greenville's a good place to live right now.
Absolutely, it is. It is. We've had a few protests. That's fine. They've been very civil, and we haven't had any disturbances or anything get out of hand, and that's wonderful. People have the right to protest and voice their opinion, and everybody wants them to. Let's just do it in a civil manner.
Yep.
And our community has done that, and that's awesome.
Well, we have some great leaders in our community and some great citizens. And I'm one that I'm an optimist. Okay, and I look at things a little bit different. And I know that this community has been down before in different situations. Back years ago, there was when we had the church burnings and when all of this was going on. And lo and behold, we came out of that, and we're going to come out of this. And
right.
we're just thankful that we have a creator that's looking down upon us and who's in charge of it all. So
Yep, he knows yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
that's right. It is.
Absolutely. It's
And I
wonderful.
want to say thank you so much for taking time to come by
Yes.
this morning, because I know you're a busy person.
Always glad to be here.
But you're always welcome, and if there's anything that we can help your organization with, you're free just to give us a call.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
All righty. Folks, we are going to take a commercial break. And by the way, all of our sponsors here on Ctfm, please, when you have an opportunity, shop with them and let them know how much you appreciate them sponsoring this show, because we are that show that lets people know on a positive level that things are a little bit better than what you might seem. So we're coming back to Ctfm, and we do have, is he coming?
Yeah.
John Barr?
Yes.
Folks,
Local celebrity.
Local celebrity. I've known him for years. He's a wonderful individual. Once you hear his voice, you're going to say, that's what he looks like. Well, I'll be dog. So we're coming back to Ctfm right here at the Texan Lobby Cafe.
Hi, I'm Kathy at Long Branch Dental Center. Today I'm going to tell you about our free whitening for life. As long as you're a patient 16 years of age and older, every time you get your teeth professionally cleaned, you'll get free whitening for life. And if you're a new patient to our Long Branch Dental family, for $49, you're not only going to get free whitening for life, you'll get your teeth cleaned, free x-rays, a professional future photo, and cancer screening for only $49. Free whitening for life. Call today, 903-455-4161. Long Branch Dental Center, making North Texas more beautiful, one smile at a time.
Hunt County, Texas is one of the most special places on earth, and there's one thing the citizens of Hunt County deserve. It's to be represented by an experienced county attorney.
Hi, I'm Scott Cornod, and I'm running for Hunt County Attorney. I'm asking for your vote July 14th, 2020.
Scott has lived in Hunt County for over 45 years and knows more than anyone what Hunt County needs.
My name is Scott Cornod, and I approve this message because I care about Hunt County.
Lone Star Pawn and Bargain Center, 6509 I-30 on the Frontage Road in Greenville. Your one-stop shop for TVs, electronics, computers, and gaming systems. Lone Star Pawn offers a giant selection of hunting, fishing, outdoor gear, and firearms. We've got everything from lawn and garden equipment and job site tools to musical instruments. For the best deals and pawn rates in town, come see us on the south side of the Frontage Road in Greenville.
And we are live from the Texan Lobby Cafe in downtown Greenville, Texas. It is Ctfm, Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and Me, brought to you each and every Wednesday morning by Discount Wheel and Tire, where service is the bottom line, and also a place where Benita Kay has her oil change. I did it for you.
You did, and Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are thankful for you and your first responders and all the doctors and nurses and workers within the hospital that are on the front lines.
What a great sponsor they are, and both, they're just, and you know what, I want to add too, that we have an individual that we don't talk about a lot, but we've nicknamed him the Giver, Randy Kuhn with Henley Auto Supply.
Yes.
What a great guy Randy is. I just want to throw that in there to tell him that, folks, we have some great sponsors on in this show, and we have some great guests. And the guest to my right is an individual that I wanted to be on this show for so long, and I just happened to call him one day, and he goes, well, sure, you bet, why not, Friendly? John Mark Dempsey, thank
Hi,
you
friendly.
so much.
Thank you for asking.
And we're glad you're here today because I know a lot of people may not know who you are, but I know that voice.
Yeah, y'all
people-
close y'all's eyes.
Yeah, close their
and
eyes
listen
and
for
listen to
just a
this
minute.
voice.
Well, depends on what radio station you happen to listen
Right,
to, but
right.
there's a few out there.
Right, and you are involved with right now. You're going to talk a little bit about this about KETR's Blackland Café
Okay, we can talk about that.
and other items on the agenda. But
Yeah.
it's your mic.
Yeah. Well, Blacklands Café is a show I do for KETR,
Mm-hmm.
which is the A&M Commerce's public radio station, and that's hard to believe, but I've been doing that now for going on 7 years. And time just
7 years.
flies by,
Wow.
you know. And then, so we'll talk about that. But then I've done Texas State Network news.
That's yeah.
And that's now 22 years I've been doing that, and that's heard on a variety of different stations all over Texas, and a few around here. So
Now you are a native here locally.
I grew up in Greenville.
and we were just
we
talking.
were just talking that Bobby
Yeah.
Stovall and I were in the same graduating class, and I'm almost embarrassed to say, but 1972.
They make me feel young.
And I will not give that away about your next guest who is coming. That wouldn't be
Yes,
polite.
that would not be.
Your endeavor in radio is one that I've followed you on Texas State News for many years.
Yeah.
But you do quite a lot of different things in the community.
Yeah, I've got a lot of irons in the fire. Of course, my full-time gig, day job, is I'm on the faculty of A&M Commerce.
Right.
So full-time faculty person in mass media and journalism. And then the KETR thing I do on the side, usually a couple hours a day, I'm able to turn that out. And then the TSN stuff is weekends and holidays, and I just recently did overnight news on KRLD for a week.
Nice.
When Kurt Lewis was on vacation. And then there's football broadcasting that we do in the fall with KETR. So, yeah, I enjoy all of that. And it's not, some of it I get paid for, most of it I get paid for, not all of it, but I enjoy it.
That's good.
And so that's why I do it.
Well,
If you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life,
And
right?
is that not so?
That is
That's
so.
really true.
and the university has, and I know you agree, over the years has just developed into what an organization it is.
Well, it has grown, and that's
Right.
for sure. And enrollment is not quite at the peak that it was a couple of years ago, but still, it's higher than it almost ever has been. And we'll see what happens, come this fall, because we're all in a situation now we just don't know where things are.
Yeah, what's
are
the
going.
right
what,
way?
Yeah.
And so I guess it's summer, it's vacation for students.
Well, there's still,
there's still
classes going on, but they're as of right now, they're all online. So still, when you drive onto campus right now, it's very desolate. There's one parking lot in particular right in the center that has quite a few cars, but most of the time there's not many people around, and students are taking classes, but it's all online. Now that's supposed to change in the fall, but
Well, I think that's a positive. I feel like that the switch to being able to do more online classes is going to increase
I agree.
enrollment. Because more
Well,
people
yeah.
who work
Yeah.
Can sit at home after they get their kids in bed and take classes.
I think it's here to stay.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going to see more and more of it.
Yeah.
And we'll see about enrollment. Our enrollment went up when we had the recession. Starting in 2008, that's when our enrollment started going up, because people who were out of work, I think, a lot of them enrolled and went back to school. And so
I was reading just before all of this happened, this pandemic, I think it was last year, I was reading somewhere about the growth in at-home businesses, and it was estimated that by the year 2025, in the state of Texas, 40 to 45% of all businesses will be conducted from home, which goes right into what you were just talking about. So it's here to stay.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
people working from home, and there's a lot of people who probably have been working from home now for the last 3 months or whatever it is, and probably will continue.
Yeah.
To.
Yeah, I'm actually putting in a tower this week, the end of this week, because that work from home is here to stay. And so being able to have really good internet, makes a difference. Makes a difference.
Our daughter does that 3 days a week, and I think will continue for some time.
With Texas State News, how did you get involved with that? I've always wanted to know, how did you get involved with that?
Well, I have to give, and now I'm going to blank on his name, but my department head, when I went to the University of North Texas, I was on the Dick Wells.
Dick Wells.
When I went to UNT, and I was there for 6 years or so, and he knew the great Julius Graw, who was the news director at TSC.
Yes.
And I told Dick I was hoping to have some kind of part-time radio thing in Dallas when we moved to Denton. And Dick called up Julius, and Julius invited me to come in, for an audition or whatever, and I've been there ever since.
All great things start with that little invite, don't it?
Well, it helps when to know someone.
Yeah.
But Dick Wells, what a great guy. He was an admiral in the Navy Reserve. Really impressive guy, fun guy to work for, and I miss him. Yeah.
Divine alignments.
Yeah.
Divine alignment.
That's right.
So your involvement with the KETR Blackland Café, how did that come about?
Well,
I know there's a little bit of story there, basically.
When they went to very heavy NPR programming, I thought there still needs to be some local aspect of that. And I'm a big believer in local broadcasting, friendly, and therefore I've been a great admirer of yours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. But so they had done something kind of similar to that a couple of years earlier. And then I had the idea to condense what had been a 2-hour morning show down to 8.5 minutes by having a regular guest on every day, and then doing all the little other bits that we do as a part of that. And so I took that to the KETR folks, and they said, well, we'll try that out. And we're still doing it 7 years later, and we've won some nice awards for it and what have you, and seems to be doing okay.
Now, Matt Menke?
Matt Menke is the host of Notably Texan.
Notably Texan,
which is, and again, that's another, I think, important local thing that they still do, and that's a Texas music show all the way.
Yes.
And a lot of local music and regional music, and some of it live.
Right.
On that show, people come in and play on Matt's show live. He's on, gosh, I think it's 10 to 1. Is that right? Or it's either 11 to 1 or 10 to 1. But midday, certainly at the noon hour, Matt does that show, and that's been on now for 10 years or so with KETR.
Right. And I'll put a little plug in for Friendly Radio. We're into that Texas Red Dirt music.
Yeah.
We play a lot of Texas Red Dirt music, but I've always admired Matt, his tenacity and his positive attitude that he has. He's just a wonderful individual.
Yes, he is, and he does a great job with that show. That show, by the way, not every radio station has a certain set of listeners, but the majority of people, given any radio station, will not listen to that particular station. So KETR's at 88.9 FM, people who haven't listened to it in the past. It's right way down there on the low end of the FM band, or the left end of the FM band.
Right. Yeah. And the whole concept of radio from a university goes back. It goes back for quite some time.
Yeah, very well. The earliest days of radio, really, if you read the history. I happen to have written about that not too long ago, but there were...
See how I segued into that? I knew you knew something.
There were university stations were among the very first radio stations on the air going back to the early 20s. We're coming. Did you know this year is the 100th anniversary of broadcast radio? It'll be coming up this November. Will be the actual 100th anniversary. So it's a big year.
It's a big.
may get lost in everything else that's going on.
Well, you have to come back on.
I'd be
Oh,
happy.
yeah, that would be good to come back on and have that celebration.
I
yeah.
would be happy.
Yeah.
November is when that.
November. Well, that's going to be a big month, November.
I think so.
Big month, big month.
Think something else going on?
Something else going on in November.
I've heard something. Can't remember what that is.
I think it's on that Tuesday, isn't it? And would you give notice to the guests that you brought with you to this morning? This young lady sitting right
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's my wife, Tricia.
Tricia, I wanted him to say who you were.
Tricia.
She might be his better half. I don't know.
Wanted to make sure I behaved myself and
Yes.
didn't embarrass myself more
Yes.
likely. So she came with me today. She's the best.
Good. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking time for coming by. I wanted to have this.
Anytime, Fred.
And we are going to have you back. We're going to have
Well,
you
and
back.
I need to reciprocate and
We'll
have
come
you on.
November automatic is that Wednesday in November. We'll do that. So.
I need to reciprocate and invite you onto the Blacklands Café.
Well, I would be more than glad, and thank you for your comment.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And folks, I tell you what, we have just begun because she's next. She's next. I tell you, if you
I
have.
sent her a text. I said, "It is first week. You know, I've been waiting all month."
It's such a wonderful time to have her here because she, as well as all that, she is just she's wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're talking about housewarmers, right?
Yes,
Housewarmers.
Pud Kearns
Pud
of
Kearns.
Housewarmers,
The
the
effervescent
best dressed lady in town.
Yes. So y'all stay tuned, and John Mark, thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you, Fred.
We're coming back to Ctfm right here at the Texan Lobby Cafe. So y'all get your coffee and tea, and we'll see you in a bit.
My name is Justin Rutt. I'm the general manager at Platinum Chevrolet in Terrell, Texas. I've been in the car business for 19 years. We've been in Terrell since December of 2019. And the store itself has been here for just over 50 years. We have a lot of employees that have been here for 10, 15, and even 20 plus years. And the goal is for you to know us, for us to vice versa to know who our customers are. Yeah, I mean, it's family. We just love to have you come out and see us, ask for me or any of our team members, and we'll take great care of you. Thanks.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
Love your car or truck? You'll love it more with a new sound system from Super Sound in Greenville. They've got all the hot brands like JL Audio, Alpine, Hyphonics, Pioneer, Rockford Fosgate, Kicker, Heiss, and more. And great technicians to do the install. Super Sound in Greenville, 5013 Wesley Street. They make sound move you. Super Sound and Security.
And we are live from the Texan Lobby Cafe, and she is walking on set. Come
Ready?
on in
One,
there,
two,
Pud.
three.
I heard her say
Come
stop,
on in.
stop, stop, so I wasn't sure.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
One of our very favorite
Yes,
guests.
one of
You
our
can
very
hear her.
favorite guests is here, folks. We are Ctfm, Coffee Tea Friendly Me, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Hunt Regional Healthcare. And I know your favorite.
Discount Wheel and Tires of
Oh,
Abilene
yes,
Express.
yes. And two wonderful sponsors that we just want to say thank you very much. Want to say a big old thank you also to Barbara Horan for allowing us to set up in her house and do this each and every Wednesday. And it's the first Wednesday.
It's always my favorite.
It's always our favorite
always
because
my
first
favorite.
Wednesday means that bundle of joy, that smiling lady is
keep
here.
talking, keep talking. Flattery will get you everywhere, as my mother
The
used to
best
say.
dressed lady that knows all the
Yes.
things.
And I tell you what, and she will brag about her grandkids too. So.
yes. Well, who would?
But thank you so much.
Oh, it's always
Thank
a
you.
joy to be
It's-
here.
Yes, and
Always.
I guess this is probably one of the first Wednesdays in a long time that there is so much going on that a lot of people don't realize.
Well, there is certainly things are opening up some,
Right.
and at the same time, things are, as you know, also closing down.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, I think we're at a point where you have to be careful. You have to be cautious. You have to use these.
Yes, I've got mine.
Out of respect for others, I
yes,
believe
yes.
so.
Absolutely,
Yep,
absolutely. And I think if you're going to attend some of these things, you have to be careful about that. And of course, you know, begin just to start and begin, the fact that the city has chosen to cancel the Park Street Parade.
That hurt.
Well,
I was saddened. I really was.
But
I really
to
was.
me, that and then for them to delay the fireworks show, you know, that one or postpone it. That, you know,
Right.
they're saying we'll have a fireworks show at some point.
Okay.
Right.
You know, they've not canceled it. They're saying, you know, that I've heard probably sometime in the fall that we'll probably do something then.
So I can wear my outfit again?
Absolutely.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Y'all heard it
Of
right
course, as
here.
far as I'm concerned, you can wear red, white, and
Here,
blue any
you're
day.
right, any
Okay,
day.
okay.
Just because it looks good, no matter whether you're being patriotic or not. Red, white, and
right.
blue is a great
mean,
combination.
you know.
I know.
Right.
But anyway, you know, to me, for Hunt County, canceling the Park Street Parade is kind of like when they canceled the NBA season back in March. It's one of those moments where if you don't realize that this is a perilous
gravity.
situation
Yes.
we're in,
Yes.
you know, that you've got, you know, that you've got to do that.
Well,
But, you know, so looking at those two things, that doesn't mean that the 4th of July can't be celebrated. Certainly you can celebrate in some ways. And here's a couple of things that are happening around the 4th of July for people to know about. Always before the Park Street Parade, the city of Greenville has done what they call the Firecracker 5K.
Firecracker, right.
They are going to do that this year. They are changing it to virtual, and you may have already had somebody on to talk about that. I don't know.
not yet, no.
No.
Okay, what they're doing is if you've already signed up for the race, then you are registered with what's called Chip to Chip Timing Company. So you will have 1 week to go run a 5K at your
Wow.
at your choice, place, speed, time, whenever. And then your time is recorded. You take a picture of yourself. You still get your T-shirt. Take a picture of yourself with your T-shirt and send all of that in. And then they will still eventually award prizes and announce winners and things. But that's how they're going to do it.
There's a lot of people doing the virtual 5Ks now,
Right.
so I'm not surprised that Greenville is also doing
and there
it.
were a lot of people I know that were training for it and decided they were going to run it, and I hope they still will, because I know some people I know of that were doing it for the first time. The other thing that's going on is, so you're going to have a picnic or something. The farmers market will still be open on Saturday morning.
Good.
That was going to ask you that question.
Yes.
It is going to be open.
It is going to be open, and you know, I do the newsletter for that as
Right.
well as my own that goes out every week that tells people about who's going to be there and what they're expecting to have.
Go ahead.
And I was going to say, and anybody that wants it, message me through Facebook, and I'll be happy to add you to the farmers market newsletter list as well.
I have a friend that has just started his business. I think he is there, Hunt County Coffee.
Yes.
Dave Carter.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, he's getting beans from Costa Rica. He roasts them here.
That's what I
Right?
understand.
Yeah, and he gave us a pound bag that were roasted on the 10th of June, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a grinder at home, so I grind them and brought them in this morning and opened the lid up, and he says, "Oh my God. This is," and they are. It is wonderful.
That's
yeah.
what
So,
I've
but
heard.
it's at Farmers
I've heard great
Market.
things.
Right,
So he's
right.
at Farmers Market,
Farmers Market.
but you can find everything there from eggs. This weekend, I glanced at the list. I know tomatoes. The first melons of the season are going to be there.
They
There'll be
are
both cantaloupe and watermelon.
Cantaloupes. Oh man.
Any
Some
Israeli melons?
blackberries, huh?
Any Israeli melons coming in?
Not yet. Not
I'm
yet.
ready for those.
I know.
That's the
Sometime
best
remind me.
melon
I'll tell you an interesting story about Israeli
Okay.
melons and my grandfather.
Yes.
It's his fault they're here. We don't have time for that. But anyway, but I thank him all the time. But anyway, and they've got squash and beans, both green and yellow beans, and a lot of wonderful produce. They've also got great fresh baked breads. They've got some gluten-free breads. They've got some keto breads. They've got pasture-raised pork and beef, and lots of different honey products in addition to also some other handmade things. So it's a very, very good little farmer's market.
It is. It's a great farmer's
And one of
market.
the things that people might not know is this is not stuff that they went into Dallas and got with that has your SKU numbers. This is all
This is all.
That's right.
homegrown stuff.
And that's why I like it's all got to be grown within, I think it's 100, or it's all got, within a 100-mile radius. And that's why I laugh and tell people you will never find pineapple at our farmer's market. But you'll find a lot of other good stuff. Yeah. Right. And also, in addition to that, if you're down there, Ain't Just Pie is back open again. And they're serving pancakes out in their patio area on the mornings of the farmer's market. They're open.
I'm going to have July 4th pancakes.
That's what I think.
I'm gonna do
sounds
that.
like
I
fun
am
to
gonna
go
do
go
that.
get to go
Right.
get pancakes. But
Right.
anyway, I think that's fun.
Pancakes on the patio.
That's
Pancakes on the
and that's
patio.
what they're calling it, pancakes on the patio. So
wow.
So you
All
can go down there, enjoy your pancakes, and then shop at the farmer's market.
It rolls
So,
off the tongue naturally there.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm sure that, of course, I've got your schedule of all of yours in my newsletter.
Yes.
And you've got a great schedule coming up.
What a good month we've got.
You really
coming
do.
up.
It's
We
nice
really
that
do.
you're back doing that here in the theater.
Yes.
And then Hump Day Happy Hour.
Dennis Strickland.
Dennis Strickland is not returning to a full schedule yet.
No.
And I can understand his crowd is a little older, and he's got so he's got the concerns of that. He will be doing it today,
Right.
and he's doing it on the 22nd.
22nd, right?
Yes,
Because
those
he and I have coordinated that through Barbara, and then the other days that we won't be here, we'll be at the Empty Glass Steakhouse. So we're going to do Empty Glass Steakhouse because we're going to do one show a month from the Texan. But next month we have two shows because Tony was already scheduled.
Okay.
So I'll bring you up to date
Okay,
on that.
so not all your shows are
Not all of the shows are not going to be here at
Okay,
the Texan.
okay,
So
you
I
can-
should have.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have given you that side note, but I didn't.
But that's
I
okay.
didn't know
You
either.
can-
That's
right,
okay.
yeah,
Right.
Okay.
But
right.
Dennis and I and Barbara have worked that out so that when I'm here, when we're here, he'll be here. So,
Okay,
right.
that sounds great.
Yes.
The Northeast Texas Children's Museum and Commerce is doing some of their summer programs. They're doing a little bit limited. Their hours are interesting. When you've got children and you've got so much hands-on stuff. One of the things they're doing is they're open in the mornings by reservation, and it's real easy. You can go through their website, or you can call and tell them when you want to come, just so they can limit the number of children in the museum at one time. And so they've got morning, and then they've got afternoon, and they're closed for an hour over lunchtime to clean the museum.
Yeah.
And they're doing something fun on Friday at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock and at 1:30, they're having a 4th of July Easter. I guess you could call it a 4th of July egg hunt, not Easter egg hunt. An egg hunt. This is the egg hunt got canceled.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. You're right.
So they've rescheduled it for Friday.
That's good.
So they're
That's
doing
good.
that, yes, and so that'll be fun. But again, you have to make reservations if you want your kids to be there. And as they said, if you've got your Easter baskets packed away, don't worry, they'll have containers.
There you go.
Easter in July.
That's right.
I think we can hunt
Hey,
eggs anytime.
this-
I hunt
this
eggs
year-
when I open my refrigerator.
This year we are in such a topsy-turvy world.
We've had Christmas in July. Why not? Why not
Why
Easter
not
egg
Easter?
hunt in
Exactly.
July? Yeah, same
and
thing.
we'll
Yeah.
have 4th of July fireworks in the fall. So
Right,
They are also on Thursdays having Science Thursday. That's at 10 and at 2 o'clock. And in July they are doing different things. They're doing robotics one week, sound, water, and the making of ooze.
They make what?
Ooze.
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 Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
I know. Doesn't that sound fun? I think that must be the last Saturday of the month that they're doing that.
That is so good.
I know. So, and that's a delightful museum. It really
is.
Yeah,
Really
my
is.
little granddaughter could play over there in fact, when I took her, she did play for hours and just loved it. And
It's a good
I had
babysitting
to
thing.
drag her out of there. But I had so much fun watching her. I'm not going to, no, I just watching her, engage in all the different things. And of course, then they have this delightful Main Street area. And so I had to go along and I had to shop while she checked me out, or I had to sit in the dentist chair. There was no babysitting. It was sit there, ta-da.
Yeah. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Also for children, the United Way and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are teaming up to provide free meals this summer.
It's good.
And you can pick them up at the library.
Right.
At Monday through Thursday from 11 to noon. You just drive up. You don't have to have any identification. There's no reason for proof or anything like that. They are doing sack lunches because they know it's so important for children. And they're available for children up to 18 years old.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's
goes hungry.
That's exactly right. And they've done a program like that for years, but this year they're just really trying to make sure, because normally they're able to get some of that word out through the schools, so that so the kids go home with that knowledge at the end of the school year, and they haven't been able to do that this year. Right. But that will continue through August 6th, by which point hopefully we'll know something about what's going to be happening with schools.
We should. We
Yes.
should.
Yes. And I did see on Facebook yesterday that Innovation First is donating, I want to say it's 500 of the face shields to GISD to be able to use for teachers and staff.
All right.
And the robotics teams were the ones that kind of started working with
right.
Innovation First on
Right.
making those. And so the students have been helping, with the,
Right.
3D printing and assembly and different things like that, which has been a wonderful project.
Well, that organization is true to the fact that they are community minded.
Yes.
They really are.
Oh,
really
absolutely.
are. All of them.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, they're doing things, and of course I think everybody's still kind of waiting as far as school goes on the sort of the state of Texas to come up with guidelines. However, I did hear Dr. Liggins say that they are intending to stick to the published school calendar that's already been out since, usually they publish it in about January for the next year. And he said there are too many people that make plans around that, from everything from vacations, surgeries, holiday, events, weddings, everything. And he said, I just don't, there are too many people that look at that calendar to make plans a year in advance, and we have to consider that. So, kudos to him for trying to make that happen.
Absolutely.
Keep some normalcy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And so, did I hear him say?
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Okay. I didn't know
Unless you want to take a break.
I didn't know where you were on things. I'll keep going.
No.
It always helps to kind of know where we are.
Yes, just let her go.
Okay, Splash Kingdom has reopened.
Has reopened, yes.
And they're at a limited capacity as well. And what they're asking people to do is go online and get your tickets bought. That lets them have a count of who's coming, so that, because again, if they're limited to a certain amount, they will always give season ticket holders priority.
Right.
Yes.
So, those are, if you want to be able to just walk up and go in anytime you want and not have to worry about waiting, or something, or going back, the best option is to buy a season ticket. If not, go online and buy them ahead of time. They are also, because in all of this with the pandemic, we are not seeing people go out for blood drives, and there haven't been as many. And so Carter Blood Care is coming on Monday to do a blood drive in the parking lot, and it's going to be from noon to 5 p.m. And anybody who donates blood that day will receive a free one-day ticket.
Oh.
Can't be used on that day, but it can be used at any other time.
One-day ticket to Splash.
To Splash Kingdom.
Excellent.
So that's they're teaming up on that and trying to help pull down some of the urgency for the blood drive. Next Tuesday on July 7th, Creekside Church of Christ, which is for all the old Greenville people, that's the old Johnson Street Church of Christ in their new location out on Jack Finney Boulevard.
Right.
They are hosting their 3rd annual First Responder Lunch, and it's this year it is a drive-through affair. And since we live in a very different world, they have expanded the definition of first responders, as we have seen everybody do in so many different things. And so, people that are first responders are invited to drive through and pick up lunch. That will be from 11 to 1.
That's what date was it?
That's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, dessert, and drinks to go.
Well, they've always come at a time, and like you said, it's the third annual.
Yes.
The third annual.
Yeah.
And I remember the first one. I remember the first. It was just a great success, and I'm sure this will be too.
Yeah.
Because it's the times that we live in
Exactly.
that are catching up with,
Right.
so to speak.
Yes,
So.
exactly. Also, I mentioned a minute ago that the United Way had partnered with the USDA. Community Seeds has also.
Yes.
And that's the food bank from Lone Oak. And Bert Cooper, who is the director of that, amazes me. The connections and who he knows.
Oh.
And somebody that he knew about all of this and got him in touch. And that's why it's being run through Community Seeds. But it's for all of Hunt County, and they're doing it up in Greenville because since that's the population center. But what they're doing is every Saturday morning. Now, other than they're not doing it this
Saturday morning, right? Not this Saturday morning.
But from then on, all the way through August,
right?
For sure. The USDA is buying a lot of the produce and the milk and the different things from the farmers, and they're putting in these boxes and giving it away.
Right, exactly.
And the giveaway is at the
high school parking lot.
It's in the high school parking
lot.
lot.
And it's usually 10 to noon. I think this past Saturday it was 10 to noon.
It's still 10 to noon.
And I had spoke to Bert, and he said, like you said, it had been canceled this weekend,
because of the holiday.
But it'll be picked back up on the next weekend.
But it's amazing. They've got fresh vegetables, fruit, dairy products. I understand milk. All kinds of things are in these.
You know, and Pud, a little side note. I was talking to Bert about it, and he said that on average you're talking anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 in food that's giving away each and every Saturday. And like I said, and the one thing that I often is the Brandon Reinhardt Trucking. That they've stepped up to bring that food in, and it's important.
In the refrigerated trucks.
Refrigerated trucks, you have to have it, and then volunteers are always welcome.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing.
It is a wonderful thing.
And you know, one thing I want to add too is don't feel proud. Don't be proud. Yeah. If you want the food, it's there.
Right.
It's free,
Yeah.
and that's what this is set up. It's not just for certain people. It's for everyone in Hunt County, Greenville, Hunt County.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And they, you drive up there. They're not requiring you to show any type of proof of need or anything like that.
All you do is drive up, punch a button, your trunk comes up. Or if you're like Bert, you have to get out and pull that cord to get that trunk open.
Exactly.
I told him I was going to say that.
Well, and then talking about other food banks, Hunt County Shared Ministries Fish. And I don't have all the information or the lists yet. I will have that, and it'll be on the Fish Facebook page probably later today. They are getting ready to start a drive for food for their Mark program, which is the school that they do meals for at-risk kids. And what they do on that is those are the meals that they send home for students on the weekend that are at risk of going hungry. What they're facing right now is that they are not able to go to places like Costco or Sam's or even Brookshire's and buy what they need in bulk.
Right.
Because they're being limited on what they can buy. And so they're going to have to, and it's things that kids can eat. Ramen noodles and, some canned things that are, that the kid can open a can and eat it, or maybe not even open it something and eat it straight out of there. So it's a lot more convenience type foods. But the problem they've got right now is that they are not able they're getting ready to start this drive, and they're going to ask people to just go buy what they can and take it to Fish. So there'll be more details coming up on that. I don't know enough about that yet.
We may have to have Wally come in and tell
that
us
would probably be a very good idea.
Real good idea. We'll get him. Yep.
Yeah, so that you can know more about that.
Yep.
Looking on down my list, Land and Winery has been closed again to be able to go in and drink at the winery, but they do still have takeout. Wine Down Wednesday is back in full force of go in and pick up to 3 bottles at half price. Bob is doing virtual tastings on Saturdays, not this Saturday, but every other Saturday he is doing them. You go in, you can buy the wine at a great price. He suggests things to go with it, and then you can you tune in with him on 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and he'll walk you through all of it, which is kind of fun. Audie Murphy Museum, they are going to have their annual Camp Doughboy with 2 sessions, July 14th to 18th and July 21st to 25th. Register for that now if you haven't, if you've got a kid that you want to be in it. It's $55 a child. It is from 9 to noon, 4 days of, and it's an immersive experience.
It is. It really is.
For the kids to understand. In this case, they're going to be doing World War I. Every time they do kind of a different historical period. And this one is going to be World War I, so that's why it's Camp Doughboy. And there'll be arts and crafts, games, songs, and things to demonstrate what the way of life would have been 100 years ago.
Right.
Which I think is really neat.
It's an event that the kids love it.
Yes.
They really, really love it.
Yes, they do. The Greenville Family Theater is not doing their musical this year, which they had planned to do, but they are going to do a musical review.
Right.
Instead of the big, production in the week long or whatever, on July 17th and 18th, which is a Friday and a Saturday, they're doing a parody show that's about life in the pandemic called Onto the Stage.
Oh, wow.
And so that should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, as talented as those kids are, and those young people, I shouldn't even say kids, they're writing it all themselves, so it will be all kinds of original stuff, and should be a lot of fun.
They would.
Yes. Also, coming up later in the month, the Greenville Market will be back at the fairgrounds on July 25th from 10 to 6. They had just started this.
They just started.
When everything shut down.
Right.
Now, they did get their June one in, I understand, last weekend. I'm not, don't know much about how that went, but what they're trying to do is kind of a vendor fair that would be of a little, it's not just all garage sale type stuff. It's more, and it's not just all multi-level marketing type things. It's got a mix of crafts and different people.
Right.
And it is
items, yeah.
at the fairground. There's food, there's kids' activities, and everything else. That's from 10 to 6 on July 25th.
July 25th.
And it's free to go. You're saying. That same day, July 25th, the Chamber is going to have their annual auction and casino night.
Yep.
That's going to be at the Emerald Ballroom.
Emerald
this
Ballroom.
year's theme is Life's a Beach.
Life's a beach.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Life's a beach.
I like beaches,
And
I like parodies.
that's always a fun event.
It is. It is.
The ticket includes dinner, poker chips for playing at the casino stuff, beverages of the adult kind, games, and then auction and entertainment. And all the proceeds go toward the Chamber's, a lot of the things they do to help support nonprofits, some of their nonprofit members. Let's see. Also, things to talk about as far as city services. The library is open on limited capacity, but if you're concerned about going in and looking at books, and I understand they have a whole team that every day goes in and disinfects all the shelves.
Every day.
Every day. And it's amazing. Volunteers that do that.
Yep.
But that they are also, if you're concerned you can go to my newsletter, which is on the Housewarmers of Greenville site, and I usually put a link to it as well. And there is a link in the newsletter that is an online catalog of all of the books. You see something you like, you can call them, and then you can pull up and they will bring it out to you.
Yep.
So they're continuing to do that. The Reese Davis Recreation Center has been remodeled, opened earlier this year, closed, and is now reopened again.
Yep.
They're now offering different classes and things as well. Very much social distancing on a lot of those different classes, but apparently they're going well. They've got some fitness, recreation, yoga, different classes and things like that. They've also got a rec room, and they've got video game areas and things for kids that are that are interested. They have youth memberships, adult memberships, senior memberships, and family memberships available. And so those are all great things that you can do. And then finally, the Greenville Sports League is registering for 2 youth league things, and the registration for that ends next week. They're starting fall youth volleyball and fall youth flag football.
Right.
And so those are both going on. And so those programs they're planning right now on going on and continuing and everything like that.
So good.
So
wow,
so still, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's still plenty of things.
Yeah.
There's still and there's other things that are going on. The movie theater has also reopened.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Right now, since there are no Hollywood releases much to speak about, they're re-showing some favorites.
That's good.
You know, so you can go to the movies and go to the big
Reruns.
screen and see things like one of the Harry Potter movies, or they're doing The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
They've got a couple of other different favorites and things that are, you know, some classics that we all love that are things that are still in fun to
Well,
go
we're
to the movies
still
and see.
we're still functioning here in our community. So.
We are still functioning,
Right.
and you know, if we are all sensible on all of this,
Yes. Yep.
as I know Bobby Stovall said earlier today,
and being respectful.
and you know, exactly, you know,
Right.
he's doing such a great job of leading us through all
He
of
is,
this.
he is,
really
he
and
is.
truly is. But if we continue to do that, then we can hope that we will get past this. But we have got to be careful, and we have got to be smart.
Yes.
Pud, thank you so much.
I love
Oh,
it,
it's
always.
always a pleasure. And we have
Yeah.
to do this. Larry Watts, it's his birthday
birthday.
today, and we promised our producer that we would say happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
to Larry
Larry.
Watts. So happy birthday, Larry.
Happy birthday.
And remember, at 12 noon, Tony Ramey here for a free concert. You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
Well, the lunch specials are
Anyway,
amazing.
Pud, thanks again.
I
And
always
we'll be
enjoy it.
back next Wednesday here for CTFM, and I want to leave you to this. Oh, yeah. Stay safe, FOF, and keep it in
Put
your
it in
boot.
your boot.